Welcome to this session, everybody. And I have always said that one of the most critical pillars for you to rise to the top is superior intelligence. And superior intelligence only happens, or if you see anybody who commands superior intelligence in anything that they do, then that is somebody who is very consistent as far as knowledge acquisition is concerned, and of course, knowledge deployment or the application of the knowledge that they have. And I always fondly say that if you claim that you have sense, if you claim that you have wisdom, the sense that you have to be able to produce two things, should be able to help you create impact and help you make money. If you keep saying, I'm intelligent, I'm intelligent, I'm intelligent, and you are broke and you're not impacting somebody, I wonder the use of your intelligence, right? And with that said, if you keep attending these sessions, taking these courses, and there is no change, there is no change in your life. There's no change in the way you are impacting your community, your society, your company where you work. And there is no change with time as far as the money you make is concerned. Let me tell you something. One of the most important things that you need to intentionally push to see growth in your life is that as years go by, as months go by, there should be growth in how much you make as income, right? Yes, it's very important for you to be conscious with that, whether you like it or not. 90% plus of the problems that most human beings have is as a result of money. It's money problems. If you can solve all your money problems, I can bet you that majority of those problems weighing on you right now will automatically disappear. Money problems is all problems, basically, right? All right, everybody. So let's dig deep. Today we are looking at something very interesting. It's something critical in business. If you're going to shine in business as an entrepreneur, if you're going to shine in a business where you work as an employee, as an executive where you work, these are some the things that we're going to share today. They are very critical for you to understand and of course know how to apply them. We are looking at the 7 powers on how to differentiate your business. The 7 powers to differentiate your business. The 7 powers. What are those 7 things that if you understand them and apply them, you can consistently differentiate your business from competition, and not only differentiating from competition, even without you struggling to fight competition, if you implement these 7 powers, you will take your business to the next level in terms of results. When I talk about results, I'm talking about making more sales. I'm talking about more growth. I'm talking about more profitability and, of course, scalability. So we will be breaking down these 7 powers when it comes to differentiating your business. So follow carefully. And as you follow, for those of you who are in business, or for those of you who work in a company, you need to begin to do an analysis of your business, analysis of where you work. Begin to look at, are we doing this? Do we need to start doing this? Are we doing this in a limited way? Do we need to increase the way we do this? Do we need to stop this? You need to be, because this is a practical session. It's a session where you learn and go do. You need to learn and begin to see, do this, do that, and all of that. So welcome to the session again, the 7 powers, how to differentiate your business. All right, and these 7 powers we are borrowing from one of the best business books ever by Helmers. So that's why it's referred behind, it's credited to Helmers. Helmers 7 powers, how to differentiate your business. And from your screen, you can see the 7 powers that we are going to break down in a practical, contextualized way, in a way that you can understand and, of course, implement. The first power, according to Helmers, is scale of economies. Scale of economies. According to him, if you will differentiate your business from competition, or if you will run your business in a way that you can become very profitable, you need to understand how to practice the concept of scale economies, or what other books may call economies of scale. This is where your cost per item gets cheaper as you make more. You need to take your business to a place where the more that you produce whatever you're selling, the more the cost of producing that thing gets cheaper. Because the concept here is the more the cost is cheaper, and if the selling price remains the same, you're going to make more profits. And this is very important. Personally, for me, I always try to look at what are the ways that we can achieve more with less. How can we produce more with less? Your cost per item gets cheaper as you make more, right? Let's say if you run a health unit, a health clinic, right? The cost of you getting certain medications gets cheaper as you treat more patients. It means you're going to make more money, but the cost of getting certain things becomes cheaper, right? Or let us say you're into production. Let's say you're into cakes. You're into, let's say, run a restaurant or event business, and you do pastries, right? You do cakes and all of that, and you are able to make more cakes at a very cheaper price. Maybe because you buy flour in bulk, and because you buy flour in bulk, you get more flour at a discount. Now the cost of producing more cake becomes cheaper, but you sell at the same price that you sell to your customers, right? Now, I want to share with you four ways that you can achieve economies of scale in your business. This is very important. All of you who are in business, one of your goals, if you are serious at achieving profitability, one of the ways to achieve profitability is scale of economics. If you can understand how you can reduce the cost of your item that you produce, as you produce more, you will be in very good business. Four ways to achieve economies of scale. Number one, increase production volume. There are some businesses that if you are producing small, it's going to cost you more to produce small. And there are some businesses that, and if you produce more, the cost of producing more becomes cheaper because you are producing more, right? Maybe you can use one equipment and produce more. But if you use one equipment and produce just once, it's going to cost you more. But if you use one equipment and produce more, right, you're gonna be able to achieve economies of scale, right? So number one, increase production volume. When a business produces more units, it can spread its cost. This is another way too. You can spread the fixed costs, such as salaries, rents, whatever, over a large number of units, resulting in a lower per unit cost. Now, what does this mean? You know, if you produce more and sell more, for example, instead of trying to pay rent from selling 10 products, it becomes easier for you to pay rent from selling 100 products. You get the concept? So if you're able to achieve economies of scale and produce more, you are going to sell more and you have enough money to cover your expenses. But if you are selling under 10 products, you're going to struggle to pay expenses, certain fixed costs from just 10 products. And maybe you are selling only 10 products because you can produce only 10 products. So if you find a way to produce 100 products and sell all the 100 products, you still pay the same fixed cost, meanwhile you're producing more. So the concept is, for example, if you're renting a business space, make sure you use that business space and produce more and sell more, because you produce less and sell less, the fixed cost remains the same, but you're selling less. But if you sell more and the fixed cost remains the same, you're going to make more profit. This is the business of calculation here. I hope you get it. Sometimes people don't like numbers, don't get this concept. But again, there is power if you produce more and sell more, because your cost per unit or cost per item gets cheaper as you make more and you sell more. The second way that you can achieve economies of scale is to invest in technology. Yes, technology can help you automate processes and reduce waste and increase efficiency, right? For example, implementing a manufacturing system can reduce the amount of time and labor required to produce each unit. So the more tech you can use, the more you can be able to achieve economies of scale. right? Now, let me give you an example how we use technology in our training institute to be able to produce more or to make more sales. Now, before we develop our learning platform, if I do a program, let's say a 1-week program, and people pay and they want to participate, I'll be training on Zoom every day, every day, every day, right? That takes a lot. That takes a lot of cost. But we have automated most of the systems now, and we're still working on it. So we can even recruit 1,000 people to take our programs, and I'm not even training live, but learning is going on, right? So I'm not even buying internet since I'm not training live again. I don't need to buy, for example, let's say food. I don't need to do anything per se, but because the course is already online, 1,000 people, 10,000 people can take the same course, and 10,000 people are paying separate fees, right? That is scaling economies. The cost to produce or the cost to deliver a program is way cheaper now, but the price remains the same. And we are we're getting more students, more and more students. You get the concept. So how can look at the work you do, look at where you find yourself, look at the work you do. How can you use technology to serve more at a cheaper cost? How can you automate what you spend time and energy to do? That even maybe Facebook, you can use Facebook and automate posts, right? You can use WhatsApp API, business WhatsApp, automate certain things, and instead of you always being there to reply certain things, WhatsApp can reply certain things for you to your customers. Whatever technology you can use to achieve more, to deliver more with less energy, with less money, but you are doing a lot more and more sales, right? The third way that you can achieve economies of scale is with suppliers. This is where you can negotiate with suppliers, right? Negotiate with them. Give me this at a cheaper price. I want to buy more. Give me cheap. Negotiate new prices. Learn to always negotiate to get better deals. They always say something funny. If you don't know a fool in any business deal, you are the fool, right? If you don't know that, if you negotiate a business deal if you cannot sit and look, but wait, in this business deal, who is fooling who? If you cannot pinpoint who the fool is, I bet you are the fool in that deal, right? We're not saying fool per se, we're saying that you are the one, you did not negotiate a good deal, right? So you can go back to your suppliers, and you can sometimes, you can even threaten their suppliers in quote, if you don't give me this price, I'm going to look for a new supplier. If at all you give the supplier a good business deal, right? Good. So those are some ways that you can achieve economies of scale. The last one is streamline your processes. Now, this means that you look at your internal processes and streamline your processes that that can take you to the place where you can reduce waste and increase efficiency and lower cost. Let me give an example of a house. If you notice that as a housewife, when you cook food, the family don't eat all the food at once and you end up throwing the food away. You need to streamline your cooking, because that food has been you thrown away. That's money. That's money going away. And you're not achieving economies of scale if you keep throwing food away. That's money. If you take that food they're throwing away and compound it, you may notice they're throwing $1,000 or 100,000 francs, whatever amount they're using, depending which country you are in. So you need to streamline, look at your internal processes. Which internal process is leading to waste, and how can I stop it? How can I improve it? How can I stop the waste from happening? It could be waste of money, waste of time, waste of human resource, waste of equipment, whatever. Find it. When you streamline, you can reduce cost per item and still produce more for your business. And when you do that, you will differentiate your business a lot. Meanwhile, your competitors may keep on going through a lot of cost to produce more, but you are producing less, but more at a more profitable price and selling at a profitable price, right? I hope you understand that power number one. Let's go to power number 2, network economies. According to this concept, the community is more valuable with new members. Now, what does that mean? Now, this is where you take your business beyond just having customers, but you start forming a community of customers. For example, when people come to buy from you, you don't just let them go. You can start collecting numbers. You can create a sheet and get their permission. Hey, you can just create a simple pitch. Tell them, oh, dear customer, we are working so hard now to get closer and closer to you as our customers. And we are doing so by collecting telephone numbers and emails, so we can add you to our database for easy communication and also to meet you or to reach out to you anytime when whatever. It depends the kind of business, right? Let's say you run a health clinic, so we're collecting customers now. We can always reach out to you. We're collecting contacts, so we can always reach out to you and send you health updates and recommendations and just check on you to make sure you're doing fine. You start networking. Customers are various economy. They come to spend money. You start creating this. But the power here is when new members are adding into the community, right? So network economies refer to the increased value of a community or network as new users join. So the power in this power number 2 is the more new members are joining your community, the more chances you have to make more money. But if your community is stagnant, and you're not getting new customers, new people joining you and be part of your customer network, then your business is going to struggle, right? A business that has a good network economies, when they launch a new product, maybe they have email list or they have a WhatsApp broadcast list, for example, or they have a good Facebook page or a good group on Facebook that is active. All they need to do is to go post on that group, is to send a mass message to those contacts, and sales start happening. Right? So if you're in business and you are not building a network economy, start doing that. If you started doing and you're slowing down and you are not getting new members joining your community, something is wrong. Start taking action. Start creating programs that can lead to lead generation and acquisition of new people who are joining the community. This is, personally for me, this is one of my favorite business strategies that I've been using for over the last 3 or 4 years. I don't joke with my business community. And I don't only deal with the old community, I do my best to add new people. And social media has made it very easy. Various social media platforms has made it so easy for you to practice this strategy of network economies, right? And to conclude with this, the value of the network to each other user increase due to increased opportunities for sales, opportunities for collaboration, and even access to resources. So in simple terms, the more users a network has, the more user your business network has, the more valuable the business becomes and the more profitable the business becomes. Okay, good. Number 3, are you learning something new? Let me know in the chat box. Leave me a comment. Are you learning something new? Yes, these are deep strategies that you understand them and practice them wherever you find yourself and be conscious about it. You'll be amazed at the results that you will get. Okay. Awesome. Let's look at power number 3, counter positioning. Yes, counter positioning. New and better business models. Now, this basically talks about you improving the way you do business in simple terms. You try to find better ways to do business. You try to find better ways to do business better than your competition. Let me give you an example. Let me say that you run a restaurant. You have been running a restaurant like every other restaurant around you. But now you want to take your restaurant business to the next level, you may need to employ the third power, which is counter positioning, where you create or you innovate or introduce a new and a better business model. So you can decide and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to move around high offices, or I'm going to move around offices and businesses in my area. Pitch to them a monthly premium fee of supplying them food every week or food 3 times a week. You create packages. And then your goal is that you're going to sign up, let's say 50 people who are going to sign up for this your new model. When you do that, you invest in this, buy a new bike or buy a small delivery van, hire a driver who will be a delivery person, and create a timetable, create a database where you can always consult and say, okay, every Monday we're supplying food, well-packaged food to this, and these offices, this, and these offices. You see, you start doing that. That's a new model. Or you can decide, say, you know what, I'm going to build an app and try to promote that app and or give the app to my already existing clients. And I'm going to collect database contacts of my clients over time. And I'm going to build this app and send to my client and tell them that, look, with this app, you can order your food through this app. And before you and tell us on the app how long you have to be at the restaurant, so that when you come, you don't have to sit and wait. Immediately you are entering the restaurant, you just give us your order number and your food is served in less than 120 seconds. You see, I'm just thinking fast. So what they're doing here is counter positioning is about you thinking and implementing new and better business model from what is around. So you differentiate how your business operates and make money from other people. I'm teaching you some deep things that I always teach only through private coaching with my clients, right? So basically, counter positioning is a very good business strategy where you introduce a new and a better business model to challenge established players in the market and to make more profit. And when you are introducing this new and better business model, you are looking at offering either a lower cost, achieving a lower cost, or you are going to be more innovative, or you're going to be more customer focused. You understand? And the goal of all of this is to disrupt what is already in the market and to capture the market share, to capture more customers to your business. Then you practice counter positioning. So you need to go back to the drawing board, think and think. You can even consult a business expert. Like I've done this a lot with several clients. They come to, okay, you know what? We're thinking of doing something new. We don't really know what to do. Then we go look at their business, their existing business operations. We look at what competitors are doing. We start doing design thinking. We start analyzing. We start breaking it down. Okay, let's try this. Let's experiment this. Let's do this. Let's do this. And before you know it, we're able to create a new or a better business model that produces better results for their business, right? Good. Let's look at pillar number 4, switching cost. Yes, switching cost. I always like to ask business people, what is the cost of a customer leaving you to your competitor? What will it cost your customer to leave you and go to your competitor? What will it cost the customer? That's what is called switching cost. Switching cost is the cost and difficulties that a customer will face when they switch from buying your product or your service to buy another product. What is the cost? What is the difficulty? Cost here must not be financial. Maybe just the way they are going to miss your customer service. There's a way you serve them. There's a way to talk to them. They think of just that cost, what they will lose. Right? Let me use barber shop. For men, they will understand this. I always find it difficult to go get my hair cut in a different barber shop because I think of my barber really understand my haircut. When I go to my barber, I don't explain, oh, do like this, do like this. No, he already knows it. I know the pains of going to a different barber shop and trying to explain my style. Number 2, bumps. or getting infections, bacteria, cost. Because I already know how my barber treats his machine, and I know that I don't get bumps or I don't get rashes when I shave with him, right? That is cost. So just thinking of that, I find it difficult to even change my barber. Many a times when I come out of the country, I stay, I don't shave anywhere. I come back and I shave with my barber. That is how serious it is, right? That's the cost. But for some businesses, the cost involves finances. Let's say like a bank or a microfinance. So you want to close your bank account, you pay a fee for closing it. That cost, that is a switching cost, right? Yes. So high switching costs can make it expensive or inconvenient for customers to switch to your competitor, which can increase customer loyalty. So high switching costs can increase customer loyalty and reduce the likelihood of losing customers to rivals. Therefore, if you have a bad customer service, the switching cost will be low. But if you have high customer service and high customer experience, the switching cost will be very high. They will think. That's why some of you can pay a taxi, you can pay. For me, I have no problem. There are some restaurants in Douala that even Yaoundé or some cities that they have lived and done some work that I'll prefer to pay a cab, pay an Uber just to go eat in that restaurant and come back. The way they welcome you, the way they will serve you, the food and all of that, the environment, that alone increases my switching cost just to go to any restaurant I want. So you need to make sure that the way you serve your customers, the way you deliver, the kind of experience that you create for them, create a high cost for them to leave, and it builds high customer loyalty. But if your customer service is terrible, if certain things are not there and all of that, the switching cost will be very low. They will not think twice before leaving. They will just leave anyhow, right? Good. How is it going so far? Picking some stuff? Picking some stuff? Who has learned something new that you go implement? Tell me. Have you learned something new that you go and implement in your business? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know in the chat box. Let me know in the comment section. Have you learned something new that you implement in your business? Good, good, good. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. All right, let's look at number 5. Branding. Branding, branding, branding. Pillar number 5, power number 5 is branding. If you're part of this community, then what branding is should not be strange to you. But let me just give some background and some key tips. But if you are going to achieve a business that will stand out, if you're going to differentiate your business and you're going to consistently have sales and profitability, you need to understand the game of branding. The game of branding is non-negotiable in business, especially when it comes to differentiation, right? We know that branding refers to the value of a company's brand in the marketplace. What is your value in the marketplace? Even as a person, you have a personal brand. As a professional, you have a professional brand. What is your value in the marketplace? That is your brand. And why is this important? Because a strong brand can enhance customer loyalty. Yes, this is like, for example, the Apple brand. I know I have friends that for the last 10 years, they have never used any other phone apart from Apple. They are so loyal because of the brand that Apple has built around it, right? So a strong brand can enhance customer loyalty. A strong brand can reduce price sensitivity. One of my favorite things about branding. A strong brand reduces price sensitivity. What does that mean? Because a product has a strong brand, people don't argue the price. Like Apple, like expensive cars, like Rolls-Royce, like Lamborghini. People don't argue the price. When they say this is the price, people just buy. It's the same like some supermarket. Supermarket. Because you are buying from a supermarket, just the brand that is the supermarket, you don't bargain. But because you are buying from a funny online place or Facebook Marketplace, or you're buying from the roadside and all of that, you get to, you bargain it. You understand? Yeah, so a strong brand reduce price sensitivity. Even the same, like even in this, our speaking and training business. I remember when I started, people come, oh, just come and train. We're going to give you this. You're just begging, you can't give you this. But now, if I send my invoice, they don't bargain it, right? They just don't bargain it. Even the bargaining is with respect. Not that time they just say, don't just come and speak. When you're going, they just squeeze something in your hand like that. You're on your own, right? Yes, but a strong brand sends a strong message. When you price it, people are not sensitive. People focus on the power of the brand. Why do people buy Gucci? Why do people buy Hermes? Why do people buy all these luxury brands without bargaining? It is the brand. They are no longer, the strength of the brand reduces price sensitivity. It's the same for your business. If you consistently build a strong brand for your business in the marketplace, when you launch a new product or even increase price for in your business, people don't question it. It's the same like restaurants, the same like hotels. When you go to a 5-star hotel and a night there is $300, $500, even $1,000 per night, you are not sensitive to that because you know it's a 5-star hotel. Then if you go to a motel and you're paying a couple of nights, maybe you may be tempted to bargain the price. You understand? Exactly. So, and another thing that a brand does is it provides a competitive advantage by signaling quality, right? A strong brand signals quality. And when that happens, it gives you a competitive advantage in the market. For example, let's go back to mobile phones. Everybody believes and have this perception that Apple phones are very durable and very powerful. And we have this perception because of the strong brand they have built over time. We believe that Apple products are full of quality, they are reliable, and they are full of prestige. So a company with a strong brand, a business, a startup with a growing strong brand can command a premium price for its products and services. If you have a strong brand, you can command a high price and people are going to pay without questioning. And when that happens, you are able to increase your profitability. And that's why branding is a power. It's a power when it comes to differentiation. Let's quickly look at things that you can do to establish a strong brand. Number one, develop brand identity, right? Spend some time, invest some time, and develop your brand identity, right? A brand identity can include your name, your logo, your colors, and the overall visual style of the brand. That's brand identity, right? Like for example, all these things that I start and I begin to show you guys, the more you see it, the more you develop a particular perception. The more people watch these videos anywhere, they watch it around the world, the more there's that identity begin to stick. The more they see the name Mr. Remarkable, the more they see the name, it begins to stick. That's why you see all of these materials are there, right? These materials make up the tools or they make up the elements that makes up a brand identity. So if you're having a brand identity, you have carved out a good name for your product, for your business, or for yourself. Number two, a good logo. Number three, you maintain certain colors. You are steady with certain colors. Number four, overall visual style of your brand. Here I'm talking about the way you design your flyers, the way you design your t-shirts. Maybe you can decide, and you're always wearing your t-shirts with your name and your logo. You're wearing your hoodies with your name and your logo. You can put your logo on your car. You can put your logo on cups, pens, wherever. This is what I'm talking about here. All of this is to develop a brand identity. The second thing that you can do to establish a strong brand is consistently deliver quality. Yes, this is one of the most powerful things in building a strong brand. Consistently deliver quality. When you study global companies that have very good brands, check. They don't joke when it comes to consistently delivering quality, right? Building a strong brand requires delivering consistent quality across key areas of the business. Number one, products. Let the products be full of quality. Number two, customer interactions. The way you consistently interact with your customers in a quality way builds your brand, right? The third way, which is very important, the third thing that you can do to develop a strong brand is create a unique value proposition. UVP, right? Unique value proposition. Every business is very important to have your UVP, unique value proposition. What is a UVP? It's a statement, it's something that communicates the unique benefit or value that a business offers to the client. What is that unique thing? What is that unique benefit? What is that unique value that your business offers to the customers? You run a restaurant, apart from just food that everybody is serving, what extra benefit can your restaurant provide to the customers? What extra experience? You run a health clinic, you run a whatever that you are running, what extra unique value and benefit can your business offer? When you create a unique value proposition, you will take your brand to the next level. The last thing, of course, if you are talking about building a brand, in 2023, I don't talk about building a strong online presence that I don't know what you're talking about. So the last thing I want to talk about building a brand is invest in your online presence. Build a strong online presence. This can include creating a website, include having a personal page and a business page on all social platforms or the ones that you can manage. I always recommend, make sure, depending on your business, but if you can pick 3, 4, and be consistent in it, is very important. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, 3 or 4, and you're consistent is very important, right? And then you can invest in your search engine. Search engine is where you have been able to work on your website and you have created content on your website in a way that when somebody gets on Google and they type for something, like for example, people always type restaurants near me. I always use that a lot. Let's say when I travel to different cities and all of that, I want to go eat somewhere, I type restaurants near me. And that's what most people type across the world. Majority of the global population, I'm sure you have done that. You want to go to a clothing shops near me, hospitals near me, pharmacies near me, this near me. So if somebody types that on Google, can your business appear? If your business can appear, that is what is called search engine optimization. The last thing I'll talk about under building a strong online presence as far as your brand is concerned is content marketing. One thing that increase your visibility is content marketing. What do you post on these platforms? What kind of pictures do you post? What kind of videos do you post? What kind of write-ups do you share? Does this increase your visibility and build a brand around you? So in whatever you do in business, make sure you don't play with pillar number 5. Value your brand, build your brand, and value your brand. Who is ready to hear about number 6? Are you ready? Comment, I'm ready. I know I'm dishing out some deep insights here. Who is ready for number 6? These are things that if you know them and do them, they will change your business like practically forever, right? Yes, good. Let's look at number 6. Number 6 talks about cornered resource. This is one of the things that if you have in business, you're what we call in Cameroon a tokar. You become the tokar of the business. In simple terms, this is when you have what others don't have. You're a tokar. You're a tokar in business, right? I always like to give this example with a rich kid and a poor kid. In school, a kid from a rich family has the money to buy all the textbooks, has the money to do all the things that a poor kid cannot do. That rich kid has what they call cornered resources, access to what a poor kid doesn't have. That's a perfect way to explain cornered resources. If you are able to grow in business in a way that you can have access to a resource that others cannot commonly have. Bam, that differentiates you from competition. I was working with a client in Douala. He's into printing. And this guy was able to raise money from investor and was able to travel to China and buy machines, printing machines, that he was the only one having those machines in Douala at the time. Automatically, every other printing house was taking jobs and coming and printing to him. Differentiation overnight. Cornered resources. Access you have that others don't. It could be knowledge. It could be knowledge. There are certain things that you know that others around you don't know. Cornered resource. Boom, you are better. It could be an equipment. It could be money. I have a friend now. He's doing so well as an entrepreneur because he was so lucky to get an investor. The investor is one of the richest men in Africa. And the investor likes him a lot. And this investor likes the guy a lot. Any project this guy wants to do, money is always available. How many entrepreneurs have that? That is a cornered resource. He has access to what, you know what it means, that if you need 1 million now for your business, the investor gives you without asking what you want to do with it. That's a cornered resource. Let me give you another funny example of a cornered resource. I remember when computers just started when we were in secondary school, 1999, 2000, 2002, 2003, all of that. And we remember our neighbor, he was the only one that, the father used to work in Yaoundé, the capital city of Cameroon. Then, so his dad sent a computer. So in the whole of that community, in the whole of that quarter, their house was the only house that had a computer and a television that had color. Ours had black and white, right? That was a corner resource that guy had. So we would do everything to please that guy so that when it's time to go play computer games, he's going to favor us. You understand? So this, at that time, had a corner resource. He had access to something that we didn't have. We did not have. That's what is that. That's the corner resource strategy. So as you do business, if you are able to have access to something, a resource that others cannot have easily, get it. It's going to differentiate you. Make sure you're getting a resource that is relevant for your business and for the industry. Don't just get things anyhow. Like you can decide to go pay for a course and know something that others don't know. That's a corner resource. Like you taking this program right now, going to this session right now, this can be a corner resource. How many entrepreneurs who have access to this kind of knowledge right now? Very few. Very few. It becomes a corner resource. You have access to what others don't have. So the same in your business. Let me give you another example that's so practical. Let's say as a young entrepreneur, your dad gave you a land and that land has a land title in your name. That's a corner resource. How many young entrepreneurs in Africa at the age of 30 have a land with a land title that they can go give a bank, get a business loan of 10 million, 50 million, even 100 million, invest in business and succeed? Very few. A corner resource. So look around you. What do you have that you can leverage on as a corner resource and do something in your business effortlessly that others cannot do? It will change your business and it will change you forever. And number 7, pillar and power is process power. Internal processes lower cost or make better solutions. This is talking about internal processes. This refers to the competitive advantage that you gain by developing superior internal processes that lower cost and create better solutions. When you are able to optimize processes such as production process, distribution process, customer service process, the company or the business can become very efficient, reduce waste, and deliver high quality products and service to the customer, leading to a bigger market share and profitability. So process power is talking about, look at how you do business. Look at how you do your operations. What do you need to improve? Look at their internal processes. When a customer walks to your business, what is the step-by-step process the customer goes through to be served? Is that process efficient? If not, improve it. Improve it. A business without efficient processes will struggle and can never shine. What is your distribution process? When a customer orders a product from you, what is the step-by-step process that the distribution will go through, that the customer will get the product or the service without troubling you, without crying, without shouting at you? If it's not efficient, improve it. Improve it. So power number 7 is talking about look at how you do things internally and improve it. This even includes your personal life. There are many people that are not productive in life because their habits are terrible. When they wake up and the things they do, non-productive things, or the way they spend their day, they're on social media, they're watching movies, they're doing things that cannot produce results. Their internal processes are terrible. So they cannot be able to produce incredible results in their lives. So pillar number 7 is talking about reviewing your internal processes all around, from production to distribution to customer service to staff to finances to equipment to raw materials. Review everything that you do in your business and improve on the efficiency of those processes. When you do that, you will internally differentiate your business, 1. Number 2, you will lower cost. 2, number 3, you will reduce waste. Number 4, you will increase efficiency. And when these things begin to happen in your business, 2 things will happen. You will have greater market share and you will increase profitability. So these are the 7 powers that you can implement to differentiate your business from competition and achieve greater profitability. What will it be for you? I have been able to do this, giving practical examples and breaking it down as much as possible. What you do with it, that is a responsibility. And knowledge acquired that is not deployed is basically useless. Questions?